Hey everybody, WCWABossman here, and this is just following up on one of my um, subscriptions to YouTube, MB69, rated R. But instead of my picks for the class of 2010 WWE Hall of Fame, I'd just like to tell you who I'd like to see in the Hall of Fame, who could legitimately be there. And I think that to start it off, I'm going to say the Honky Tonk Man deserves to be in there real soon because, I mean, come on. The man was asked to induct Coco Beware before he was, and Honky Tonk Man was the longest reigning WWE Intercontinental Champion for a very important era in WWE history. So, Honky Tonk Man's definitely one. Secondly, would be Rick Rude, because he was just, he had the body, he had the athleticism, he was a very good Intercontinental Champion. He could work with anybody, including the Ultimate Warrior, and make those people look like $1 million, even if they were a curtain jerker or a World Heavyweight Champion. He made them look like $1 million. So I think he deserves it. I think that other members of the Hart family, such as Jimmy Anvil Neidhart, should be in, and the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith should be in as well, because they both were great tag team wrestlers with their partners, Davey Boy with Dynamite Kid and Anvil with Bret Hart, respectively, as Davey Boy and Dynamite had the British Bulldogs and the Hart Foundation with Anvil and Bret. And both these tag teams were champions, and they had great rivalries with each other, and they really put WWE tag team wrestling on the map. And I think Davey Boy also should be inducted, not just on his tag team merits, but on his singular merits alone, because he was a great, quiet heel in the business. He didn't have to say much because, you know, Jim Cornette or Owen Hart would be the mouthpiece. But when Bulldog got in there, he was a big, imposing figure that could wrestle. And he put on amazing singular matches with people like Shawn Michaels, when Shawn Michaels defended the title against him several times at In Your House, Beware of Dog, and King of the Ring, and their European title matches and whatnot. But Bulldog really held his own right as a singles wrestler, and I think on both those merits and his longevity in the business until his death should be commended, and he should be inducted into the Hall of Fame if his wife Diana is okay with it, because I think he deserves it. I mean, we all know Owen Hart's not going to get in because of his wife Martha's hatred of the WWE because of the accident, but at least Davey Boy and Anvil should get in for their accomplishments. And I think The Rock should be inducted very soon because of all his accomplishments. Because, I mean, he was right there with Austin at the apex of WWE's second golden age. And he was just a great showman, a great wrestler. And along with Austin, he brought the company to new heights. And I think no matter what people say, yeah, Austin was the biggest name in wrestling and he was the biggest draw. But if he didn't have Rock there to feed off of, he wouldn't be, the era wouldn't have been as successful. And I also think, obviously, Triple H needs to be inducted for his contributions, and obviously The Undertaker because of his undefeated streak, his longevity, what he brought to the business, all his title reigns. I also think Jake Roberts should be formally inducted, not just known as a WWE legend. He should be formally inducted because I know he's had drug problems and everything, but he was and still is one of the most influential performers in our business. And he's one of the smartest guys that there's ever been. And even though Jake has all these personal demons, I think he deserves to be inducted. And lastly, JBL and Farouk, or Ron Simmons, need to be inducted. JBL wasn't the greatest wrestler, but he's done numerous WWE Tag Team title reigns. Of course, there's his WWE title reign of a year. That's questionable. His Tag Team title reign with Farouk. But he's been there. He's done a lot for the company, and he deserves to be inducted. Now, Ron Simmons, on the other hand, he also deserves to be inducted because, I mean, in wrestling history, the man was the first black or African American World Heavyweight Champion. And he's had a long career with numerous tag team title reigns, and he was part of the launching pad of the Attitude Era with The Rock and Ahmed Johnson and all that, with the start of the Nation, which really helped to, I think, propel the Attitude Era. And I think Ron Simmons is an unsung guy of the Attitude Era, because granted, he didn't do big things and he wasn't a humongous star, but for the era of the Attitude Era, for the start of it and through the whole thing, he was one of their biggest guys. He was always there. He was one of their mainstays. So I think he deserves to be inducted. So anyway, those are my thoughts on who should be inducted in the near future. And I know I'm going to get comments on this, but this is WCWABossman, and I will catch you all next time.